Understanding brawler matchups and when to play specific brawlers in certain situations are the two most important aspects of ranked. That's the only way you're gonna increase your chances of winning the game by like 75%, get a better draft than the other team. So in today's video, we're gonna be going over exactly that. This is gonna be a 3-step process. Let's hop into it, not waste any time, let's go. So starting off with tanks, they counter support brawlers because support brawlers do like no damage and tanks have way too much HP. Tanks also counter most assassins because assassins have to come up close and tanks just do more damage. Tanks are good to play on Brawl Ball and Hot Zone, and they're also good when they're paired up with the support brawlers. For example, if your team has a Frank and Bull, with your last pick you can choose a Byron and just heal them and they're basically unkillable. Moving on to assassins, they counter throwers. That's pretty obvious. Edgar versus Dynamite just isn't fair. And assassins can also counter snipers when they have their super because then they can get right beside them and get the kill. Assassins are good as the last pick as you can counter your enemies, but they're not good with the first pick because there's so many counters to assassins. They're also a sneaky option in knockout or bounty. For example, if the enemy chooses Tick, Piper, and Brock, you could just choose a Leon, go invisible, and easily team wipe. Finally, they're also really good on Brawl Ball for sneaky goals. Going over to support brawlers, they don't counter anyone, but they're really good on controllable modes like a Hot Zone, and they're also a really good option as your last pick if your team has tanks. Going over to controllers, now they don't really get countered by anyone. For example, Gale doesn't have a counter, Griff doesn't have a counter, Bo doesn't have a counter, and because of this, they're really good option as your first pick, and they're also good on controllable modes like Hot Zone and Gem Grab. Moving on to damage dealers, they counter tanks because you can easily shred them when they try to come up close, and they also feed your super, which is amazing. And damage dealers are really good in Heist, which is pretty obvious. Going over to snipers, they can counter tanks when tanks don't have their super, since you can just keep your range and easily hit your shots. And they're also good in modes where you need to stay alive, for example bounty and knockout. And something a lot of players don't know is some snipers are actually really good on Heist. For example, maps like Bridge Too Far or Kaboom Canyon, you can easily just choose Angelo, choose Piper, and you'll win the game. And finally, moving on to throwers, they counter support brawlers because these brawlers don't really have any wall break ability. For example, Poco can't break walls, Pam can't break walls, Doug can't break walls, and throwers are a really good option as your last pick if the enemy has no wall breakers and there's a good amount of walls on the map. So now that you know everything you need to know about brawler matchups, when to play specific classes in every game mode, we're going to be hopping into an example draft so you can put everything you learned into use. You can pause the video, understand who you should ban, who you should pick, how the map looks like. Let's hop into it. So we're going to press play. Let's see what map we get. So we get Heist, Kaboom Canyon. Examine the map, understand how many bushes there are, how many walls there are, how much water there is, understand the map. And now let's see who gets the first pick. That's the next thing you should be thinking about. Who gets the first pick? We're on the blue side, red team starts, so they get the first pick. It's Heist, Kaboom Canyon. The enemy team has the first pick, so who should we ban? We should ban the best brawler on this map. Who is the best brawler on this map? Let's press play. The reason why we're banning the best brawler on the map is because they have the first pick. We don't want them to get the best brawler, so let's skip forward. And the best brawler we're gonna ban Melody. The reason why we ban Melody is because her super is absolutely insane. She has a hypercharge. She can absolutely melt the safe. They ban Melody. They shouldn't have banned Melody. They have the first pick. They could have went Melody, but that's perfectly fine. They ban Melody, they ban Chuck, they ban Nita, so they have the first pick. Let's see who they go, and they choose Miko. So now you have to understand, why did they choose Miko? Well, Miko has this star power that makes him do like 4,000 damage per hit on the high safe. What this person's trying to do is literally just hop over the walls, get to the high safe, hit it twice, and then basically die and repeat that process. So like I said, damage dealers are really good on Heist, but you also have to understand who they chose. They chose Miko, and there's also water on this map. Miko can't attack anyone that's on water, and like I explained, there are some snipers that are good on Heist. Angelo was one of them. Angelo counters Miko, and he's also good in Heist, so you should definitely pick Angelo here. Another brawler you can choose is Colt because Colt just does so much damage. He's a really good damage dealer. So right now we have Colt that can melt their safe, and then we have Angelo, who's a good brawler on this map, and it also counters their first pick. So right now we're definitely winning the draft right here. Let's skip forward. They choose Dynamite. that may be one of the worst picks you could have made. I mean, we saw this map, there wasn't that many walls, it was literally open, and you shouldn't have chose Dynamite. That was a really bad pick. There's also a lot of bushes, and when there's a lot of bushes, that means tanks can be played on that map. So for example, if there's a ball in the bush, I mean, Dynamite basically can't even enter the bush, so that was a really dumb pick there. So now let's press play. They have the next pick. They choose Colt. What? They choose Crow, and Crow is definitely a really good pick on this map just because this hypercharge can do like 50% on the safe. It's literally OP. The only thing is we have Angelo, and Angelo with his super can one-shot a Crow, so that's kind of good for us, but still Crow is definitely one of the best brawlers on this map, so that was a good pick. And with our last pick, we choose, let's see, so we choose Clancy. Clancy is actually a really good pick, even though Clancy's not that good right now, because as we explained, what Miko is trying to do is literally just rush the safe, get 2 shots off, die, and continue that process. Now if Clancy has a super, Miko can't do anything. Clancy pops a super, Miko won't even be able to get to the safe. We definitely have the draft. We have a Clancy super for offense, we have a Clancy super for defense to defend against the Miko. We have Angelo who literally counters Miko. Miko can't even hit the Angelo. Then we have Colt who can destroy the enemy safe. We definitely have the draft. What happens? We have the draft, we absolutely destroy them. You can see the stats right here: 13 and 4, 12 and 8, 11 and 12. All of them went negative. They barely did any damage. We absolutely destroyed them. If you have the draft, you'll easily win the game. So now we're gonna be hopping into a game inside Legendary 2, put everything we learned to use and win the draft, easily win the game. We are around, I believe, like 700th in Canada, so I mean, it's Legendary 2, the competition is gonna be pretty high. We're gonna be pressing play right here. Obviously going in solo, the map we get is Brawl Ball, Pinball, Dreams. Now examine the map, understand how many bushes is there, water, how many walls there are. We have the first pick, which means we can get the best brawler on this map. I personally think Rico is the best brawler on this map just because there's so many walls, but you also have to be wary of the throwers. Rico gets countered by throwers. Rico doesn't have that much HP, he can't break any walls, so we're gonna be banning probably Larry and Lori here, and we hopefully can play Rico. Let's just see who the enemy team bans. If they're smart, they're gonna ban Rico. Let's see. They do ban Rico. We get to play Juju. Really good pick right here. Juju super is insane. Juju's just really good right now, literally like top 5 best brawlers in the game right now. So now you can think who I should go, but really you have to see who they go first. Don't be like, I'm gonna choose Griff. First we have to see who they go. Let's see what happens here. So they go Poco, which means I'm highlighting Frank right now, but right now I can play a tank because Poco doesn't do that much damage, but obviously they still have 2 more picks, so let's just see who they choose. Blue is just really good right now, so we have Juju right here. He wants me to play Frank, but I don't actually think Frank is that good of a pick, so let's just see what happens here. I'm trying to see who we can go. I'm thinking like Spike is really good like on this map just because he can block off a lot of entries. I'm just looking here. I mean, I have 2 seconds left. I was kind of talking too much. I didn't even see who I can go. I'm just gonna play Spike. Spike isn't that bad of a pick. Obviously Spike Cactus does do pretty well into loose shots, but Poco does have Pierce, so the Cactus won't really affect him. We choose Maisie. Pretty good pick. Maisie does a lot of damage. Maisie's super is really good on this map because it could go through walls, and there's a lot of walls. And then they choose Buster, which is actually a pretty good pick as well. Buster's good on this map just because in the middle his super takes up the entire middle, so you can't really shoot at him because then the shots are gonna come back at you. But honestly, I think we have the draft here. Poco and Buster is pretty good, but we have a Juju, and I don't think anyone can break walls in this entire game. Buster can't, Lou can't, Poco can't, I can't, Juju can't. Okay, so no one can break walls in this entire game. What is going on? No one can break walls. Juju should be able to absolutely destroy him. Lagging so much. What is happening? I can barely move. I think hopefully this lag goes away. I don't know what's happening. I'm not even getting the Wi-Fi symbol. I'm just literally glitching. We get the kill. So now there is a Poco on this right side and there's a Buster in the middle. So we have to be worried about that. Okay, now my Poco's in the middle. So we're straight up chilling here. Honestly, they should have chose a wall break. I don't know why they didn't. They could have just chose like a Frank if they wanted to choose a tank with Poco. Obviously, that's a good combo. But they should have chose a wall breaker. I mean, I don't think they can win this anymore. But we do get a super right now. So as you guys can see, we could block up this mid. Spike super blocks off a lot of areas on this map. I do get hit there. They should be able to get this kill. Don't mess this up. That super doesn't affect Juju because Juju's a thrower and they can just shoot over the super, so that's pretty good right there. Now, I don't know where this Buster is. This Juju shooting on the left, so I'm guessing he's here. Yes, he is. So it's gonna play the safe. I mean, this is a free kill. Just play it safe. Don't try to feed super. We get the kill there. Juju just hide behind here, and then they should be chilling. We're really close to our super. Maisie wastes super, which is bad. If I get super here, I can place it right about there. Nice, we hit both of them. We're gonna play this slow. Obviously, we almost have another super already. Spike and Psycho super is pretty fast. fast. He's kind of underrated as cycling supers. So we're gonna throw this right about there. Now they can't go that way. We're gonna move up this way. This is gonna back up the Poco. And now they're all kind of trapped. If I had my super here, I could have popped a hypercharge as well. We would have been able to score, but it looks like I don't have it yet. I'm kind of close. We're straight up chilling. Don't rush the shots because then you're just gonna lose control and then you're gonna lose. As you guys can see, Juju super is too good. We're just gonna walk this in, go like that, and we get the goal. Easy first goal. Don't rush it. Juju super was going off there, and we get the goal. Now we're gonna save our super. I was about to throw in the mid, but it's fine. We're gonna save it right here. Who's gonna come on my side? There is a Lou here. I can't easily call this Lou. Just pop hypercharge. He's dead, so I guess I'll just do that. Go like this. Pop a cactus. Oh my gosh, he's helping it. We're gonna throw another super. I swear I threw another super. I guess I just didn't. Only Buster alive. They shouldn't go for the goal once again. Just play it slow. Have control. There's only 29 seconds. We don't even need another goal. If we just hold control, we should be able to win the game. Looks like, let's just see what's happening. They pop hypercharge. Okay, we get the goal. Teammates went off there. I kind of messed it up. I threw another hypercharge. It just didn't work. But we get the first game down. The enemy, like I said, they kind of messed up. They literally could have went like, if they want to go a tank with the Poco, our Primo can break walls. I mean, Frank can break walls. You have so many tanks that can break walls, and they choose a Buster. As you guys can see, Juju is basically unkillable right now. There's no wall breakers. Juju is really good into their team because Poco has to shoot like 8 times to take out one Juju super, and I mean, like, that's way too much. Like, imagine shooting 8 times to take out one super. He should be dead there. Maisie should get that kill. There we go. Lou gets super. Lou's just good because his super blocks off so much area, and Brawl Ball is all about control. We are kind of low. Teammate goes down. We're gonna back up here because once I get my super, I should be able to block. I can just throw it on this ball. We're gonna throw it here just so they don't get it. That's perfectly fine. Spike gets his super pretty fast, so I'm fine with just like throwing it there and make sure they don't score. As you guys can see, I mean, they can't even do anything against the Juju. They finally get the Buster super off. Poco does have hypercharge, so this can be a little bit bad, but the Poco is slow. We're gonna shoot up there. We're perfectly fine. We're really close to our super, and then I mean, they really can't score it if it's Spike has super. You just throw it on the ball and they can't do anything. We're gonna throw it on this Poco right here, and he can't do anything. As you guys, because he's just gonna die. Okay, never mind, he pops super, so he's gonna survive, but he dies right there. We do have hypercharge as well, so once this Buster comes up, I'm gonna try to pop it on the Buster. He is coming up, but he does have super. We're still gonna pop it. He is getting slowed. We're gonna shoot. He's probably gonna pop super. If he's smart, he should. He just doesn't pop it. Okay, there we go. He pops it now. I know there's a Poco here, so once again, keep control. Don't push up. We're gonna throw the super right here. Block that entire area off. As you guys can see, Spike is so good on this map, just blocking off entire areas. Maisie has hypercharge. If they got that off, we would have scored. But we scored anyways. Now we literally need one more goal and we win the game. I mean, we just destroyed them on the draft. I mean, Juju was such a good pick. The thing is, we picked Juju first. They had so many options to at least pick a wall breaker, and they just didn't do it. I don't understand how you don't pick a wall breaker when we have a thrower, especially on this map when there's so many walls. But once again, we don't even have to do anything. We don't have to score. We're already winning. We can just hold control. I mean, literally, I can just put my hands up in the air right now, throw it on here, and both of them get stunned. I'm about to get another super because Spike gets super so fast. Go like that. This Buster can't do anything, and we just win the game. I mean, we literally just win the game. GG's. Legendary 2. And we just won like that. That was literally such a free win. Our Juju should have went off. Let's see how much they went. 10 and 2. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, hold up. 1 and 10. But as you guys can see, they had no wall breakers. Poco can't do anything against the Juju super. Buster has to get close to a Juju super to even hit it. If Buster gets close, Juju super is like a sniper. It's gonna hit them. Buster is gonna get slowed, and when we just get free kills, we just absolutely destroyed them. 5 and 2, 10 and 2. I kind of forgot how much the Maisie went. Juju was OP. Spike was so good at control, and then we have Maisie with the damage plus hypercharge. We absolutely destroyed them in the draft, and we get the easy win. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and remember to leave a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to never miss any future videos.